So morning everybody, welcome. Thursday morning, let's do some stretching, some movement, get ourselves nice and set up for the day as usual. Starting off in our standing position. And let's do our knocking. So feet about shoulder width apart, little bit of bend in the knees. Remember, we're working from the hips, but also remember that it's not just moving the hips, that the movement actually has to come through the floor. So really feel the feet connected to the floor and the grounding through the floor. And as the hips rotate, you're actually using the feet and that connection to the floor. So the reason why we bend the knees a little bit is so that you're getting that rotation through the knee and you're not locking out the knee. If you lock out the knees, you'll get that stiffness and you'll stress the knee. You'll put a bit of excess stress and strain on the knee. So bending the knees a little bit, ankles relaxed, and just working from that center. Strong through the lower body. And then light and lifted upper body. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the upper back. Just breathing easy in and out through the nose. Just keep going because I haven't set my clock, so I can't see what time it is. So I'd be going on till about 9 o'clock if I didn't have this there. Right, I can now see what time it is. Just letting the arms relax, elbows bend, tapping across the front of the body and across the back of the body. The idea is to loosen up a little bit, get the spine mobilized, energized, do a little bit of stretching, and then we can add some strength to our practice this morning. The other thing with this is don't over-rotate the hips, so don't push through the hips too much. So it's almost like a little bit of resistance. So although you're rotating with the hip bone, if you like, that femur bone in the hip socket. So that's why it's really important to feel that connection to the ground. Focus, bring your attention to the lower back and feel that movement, rotation through the lower back. Not deliberately moving it, but just noticing it, being aware of it. And then just working your way up the spine. So, bottom of the ribs. Feel the rib cage. Coming up through to the upper back, that thoracic spine, where we often get tight in that upper back area. And then coming through all the way a little bit higher. And let's just glance behind now. So you're just looking over the shoulder so you can really feel that rotation through the upper back and neck. Again, what we don't want to be doing is overstretching or overstraining. So the idea of just lifting from the crown, lifting tall. And then gradually slow it down into water waves. And with water waves, you just feel that little bit of resistance through the arms. And it's almost like, as the name suggests, that you're just running your hands, your arms through water. in front of the body and at the back of the body. And then slow it down, slow it down. Come to standing, comfortable standing position, usually about hip width. Just finding your balance, finding where your center of gravity is. Feeling strong through the lower body, connected to the ground. Light and lifted through the upper body. Really let the shoulders go and relax. Let the arms just hang and relax. Bring the palms together and just keep the first finger connected and just bring the other fingers down so it's almost like you're in that position with the hands. And we'll go our feet together, so not touching, but just a little bit closer together. Bring the palms overhead now, bring the hands overhead. Watch that you're not hiking the shoulders up here, so keep the shoulders down. Then bend the elbows, so you're taking your arms behind you. Bringing your hands then onto the back of the neck here, so you're just resting on the back of the neck. Watch that you're not pulling the neck forwards. And then we'll just go down, we'll just bend down on the knees. So you're just doing a little squat. And then you're coming up. As you come up, extend the spine, extend the hands up and just push the hips forwards a little bit. And then come down again. So arms come down. And we go into that little bit of a squat. Just your own comfortable. Don't force anything. Just go to a comfortable squat there. Push back up through the ground. Stretch out the front. Reach up. And again, hands come back of the neck. Squat down. Push back up through the heels. Stretch. Hips come forwards a little bit. Keep going. Come down. Slowly come up. Reach up and push forward. Stretching out the spine, stretching out the body, stretching out the front of the body. Do a couple more. Slowly coming up. Just breathing easy in and out through the nose. And then bring our arms to the side. And really stretch those arms out to the side. So push the fingers up towards the ceiling. Shoulders down. Really stretching your arms out to the side. Push through those arms. Stretch. Breathing easy. And then just rest them down. And just feel the tingling sensations in the arms. Let's do that again. So fingers together, forefinger pointed. This time we'll do 3. So back of the head, squatting down. Again, you don't have to go too deep. The idea is that you're just lengthening, opening up the front of the body there. Slowly come up. Lengthen out. Arms come down. And then this time, palms facing down. So you're tucking the palms under. So you're stretching out the back line of the arms. So you can see I've just got my fingers connected like that. Stretching out, feet together, stretching out that arm line. It's amazing. I remember the first time when I was doing these stretches of the arms, it's like, wow, never noticed how much tension you can hold in your forearm and in your wrist, particularly if we're doing a lot of desk-based work. So this is really good to stretch out those ligaments, tendons and fascia through the arms. We often forget about the arms. We focus a lot on our legs, but really stretching out and lengthening those arm lines are important. Stretch, 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 breathing easy. And then let the arms relax by the sides. Remember, when we're doing any of the stretching, is that it's not forced. So a good guide to a good stretch, if you like, is making sure you can breathe. So if you can breathe easy through that stretch and you're not going and forcing, because we don't want to be overstretching, because if we overstretch, the muscles, the body will just respond to that and just tighten. So it's just lengthening out, lengthening out. Let's go back the other way with the hands. So palms, it's like you're pushing two walls away there. So really stretch out the arms and then take ear to shoulder. So just again, without forcing anything, take your, if I'm mirroring you, I'm taking my left ear to left shoulder. Stretch through the arms. Just breathe in this position. If you feel you need a fuller breath and a release breath out, you can breathe in through the nose. And you can just breathe out through the mouth, like that candle's breath out through the mouth. It's almost that exhale through the mouth is telling the body it can relax that little bit more. Remember, if we take a fuller breath, then we just slow it down so we don't overbreathe. Keep pushing through the arms, then bring the head back up on top of the spine. Keep pushing through the arms and go other side. You might notice completely different feelings, sensations. Breathing easy, pushing through the arms. Really straighten the elbows, straighten the arms, push, 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 push. Then bring the head to balance back on top, and then let the arms float down. Wow, can feel that tingling sensation through the arms. Just let the arms relax a minute. And then we'll go up the other way. So palms or arms flow up. Make sure the shoulders stay relaxed. Tuck the fingers underneath. So remember that finger position there. So we're stretching the back line or the top line of the arm. Shoulders down. Balance. Push out to the sides. Just take ear to shoulder. See if you can take ear to shoulder without tilting the whole body. So ear to shoulder. Breathing. Stretching the arms. Really focus on stretching the arms. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Looking good on Zoom there. Head balanced back on top of the spine. Shoulders down and relaxed. And then other side, ear to shoulder. Breathing easy. Breathing easy. Stretch the arms. And then come back up. Let the arms float down again. That feels good. Give the shoulders a little bit of a move. Shake the legs out if you need a little bit of a shake. Let's go into the hip work. So I know everybody enjoys the hip work. So take your hips take your feet about shoulder and a half width apart. Big hip circles, just going round in one direction. Hips forwards. Make sure that you feel the weight shift and that you're not preferring one side of the body. Because quite often you can think if it's a little bit tighter on one side, you can sort of like work that side a little bit more. So make sure that the weight shifts and you can feel that weight going more, if I'm mirroring you here, through the right side, and then it comes over to the left side. Couple more in this direction. Keeping the back long as you circle. So you keep that natural curve in the base of the spine as you circle. That gives you a nice stretch through the hamstrings as you go around. And the legs are straight. Let's go in the other direction. Just breathing easy. If it helps, you can put your hands in the crease of the hips there. So you can just put your hand in the fold of the hips. Let's do one more in this direction. And I think I just did two more in that direction. And come up to standing, shaking the legs out. We should be well balanced now, so let's balance on our right leg. I'm mirroring you. Just swing that left leg, just free up that left leg, swing the left leg. Focusing on stabilizing through that right side of the body. Also helps when you think of lifting and lengthening. So freeing up this left hip. And then we'll swap sides. So balance left side, stabilize first. Always remember to stabilize first. Nice and strong, focused on balancing through that left side of the body, then free up the right side. Swing that right leg. Breathing easy. Relaxing the shoulders. Strong through the spine, but everything around the spine relaxed. So the shoulders relaxed. Head balanced on top of the spine. Makes a big difference to your balance if your head is here or if you're leaning back. So if you get everything nice and strong and lined up with gravity, it's much easier to balance. Step back down onto your right leg. Let's do that leg swing. So we're swinging across, across, and down. So freeing up the swing leg, across, across, and down. Across, across, and down. It's a bit like kicking. Kick, kick, down. So it's really good for the hips, for opening up the hips, freeing up the hips, creating movement in the hips. We're sitting a lot all day long, then we get tightness in the hips. We want these hips mobilized, but still strong. Balance. Couple more. and then shake out. So next one I'm going to show you from the side. You can follow me along, or if you just want to watch to start off, whichever works best for you. I'm going to step forwards with my right leg, and I'm going to bend the knee a little bit, so you can decide how much of a lunge you want. So you can be quite short here, or if you want to make it a little bit more challenging, you can step back a little bit there. So we go into that lunge position and we reach our arms up. As we're reaching our arms up, you're straightening that front leg. So you're balancing, straighten the front leg. And then as you bring the arms down, you just bend the knees a little bit. So watch on this as well that you're not going too far forwards with that knee. So you want to be roughly knee over ankle. So when you come down to that position, you want to be roughly the knee over the ankle. It's really good in terms of balance wise there as well. So arms come down. You can bend that back knee a little bit as the arms come down. As the arms come up, straighten that front leg. So this is great for strengthening the legs. Arms come down, balance. It's great for strengthening the legs, but also really good for balance as well. When I'm straightening that leg, I am not locking the knee. So don't lock the knee, just straighten. If you've got any knee, I'm wobbling all over the place here because I'm looking there and looking there. If you've got any knee issues, then obviously do a shorter step. So you can easily just do this in that shorter stance, and you can just straighten the leg and come down a little bit. So that's fine. It's not about overdoing things. Remember, a great measure is the breath. So if you're struggling with the breath, you want to just narrow that base of support a little bit more, or shorten your step a little bit more. So let's go into the comfortable position. Find your balance first. Find that comfortable position. And then straighten, stand tall. Keep the shoulders down. A little bit of bend. Bring the arms down. Straighten, stand tall. Bend, bring the arms down. We want to feel nice flow of movement as we do with all our practice. Nice and slow, controlled. Let's do 2 more. That's 1. Breathing easy. Straighten. And to come out of this, go down, rest on your thigh, and step forwards. So you're not falling out of it, because quite often we do an exercise and then we push ourselves out of that exercise and injure ourselves coming out of the exercise. Let's go on the other side. So step forwards with the other foot. Again, find your comfortable stride width, balance, making sure that that knee's not coming too far forwards. And then arms down. A little bit of bend in that back knee. This really stretches out this back hip as well. Straighten, stand tall, lower, and just go as low as is comfortable for you. So it's all about being balanced, being in control, breathing easy. Keeping the shoulders relaxed. Smooth movement. Couple more. And then come down, rest on the thigh, step forwards, come out of that safely. And then shaking your legs out. Nice, so that is really helping to strengthen the lower body and also open up, keep that upper body nice and light as well. Let's do our balance as we step forwards again. So remember, with palms, light fists coming up here, we bring our fists up to shoulder height, maybe a little bit higher. As we bring our fists up, watch that we're not using the shoulders to lift the fists up. So we'll step out. So I'm stepping out, mirroring you, stepping out to the left, about 45 degrees. Balance, shift the weight to that front leg. Look behind. And then step back. Balance, step forwards. Look over the other shoulder. Step back. Balance. Step back, step forwards, open up the front of the body, shift the weight back, step back safely as well. Watch that you're not throwing yourself back. Step forwards, shift the weight back, step forwards, step forwards, step forwards, and just take a break there for a moment. That looks like a really simple step and a really simple exercise, but there's so much going on there. So a few things to watch is when you step forwards, make sure that your weight is taken on that support leg first. So you're using that standing leg to help you step forwards. So it's really easy just to lean back and step forwards. So you want to use your standing leg to shift you forwards. So then when you come onto that support leg, that leg then takes the weight. We open up the chest, we extend the spine and rotate and look behind. So we get in that spine extension and rotation rather than just, oh, I'm just going to twist and look behind me. So open up the rib cage, open up the spine and look behind. And then when you step back, don't just fall back. From here, feel that back foot. You can place the heel down, shift the weight to that back foot, and then so you're supporting to step back as well. So you're in control of the step forwards and step back. Let's just do a couple more of those each side. So step forwards, use that standing leg, shift the weight, extend and open up the spine. And then shift the weight back. Be supported on that back leg first, and then bring that front leg back behind. And your arms are going down. Sorry, I didn't do the arm movement then. And then supporting standing leg here. I've got all of the weight, if I'm mirroring you, on my left leg. I'm using that left leg to shift my center of gravity forward, so I step onto that right leg. Now I've got the majority of weight on my right leg. I'm extending the spine, opening up, rotating, getting a nice stretch down that front of the body, and then shifting the weight to that back leg and stepping back. So you can see why the importance of doing stuff slowly, mindfully, being aware of what's going on. It's easy just to go, oh, step forwards and step back, step forwards and step back. But when we do stuff slowly, actually, if I then asked you to do that really quickly, you'd do it with good technique and you'd be able to flow through that movement doing things quickly. And guess how that relates to walking and running. If you do stuff slowly to start off with, when we then speed that up, when you're running, obviously, and when you're walking, your body knows what it's doing. So that's the reason why we're doing these slow, mindful movements, because you can get that brain connection, but you're also, you're also getting the muscles working as well. So you're also getting that muscle control. Just got something stuck in my throat there. Great, excellent. That's a good movement session to get us ready for the day. So just give yourself a little bit of a shake out, shake your legs out. Nice big circle, breathing in, breathing out. One more, breathing in, breathing out. Palms crossed, resting on your belly. And we will finish there. A couple of new things we looked at, or some things that we haven't done for a while, which is great. We'll continue with that. Just to let you know that today I'm going to what is called a Mad World Conference, which is looking at health, mental health and well-being in the workplace. I did some work with ASICS at the beginning of the year on a Movement for Mind program. So there was 7 of us that were doing these audios, and it was a study that they were doing to see how breath work, movement, mindfulness help to improve mental health in the workplace. And I'm going to the conference today in London where they'll be announcing the results. So I'm officially allowed to announce the results after lunchtime today. So I will let you know how that goes. So watch out for that. Remember also that I'm going to be in Glasgow working with Andrew for the Loch Long, I can't say it, retreat as well. Tom is shouting at me again on the 13th of November, so watch out for that. Tomorrow's Lunch and Learn is Panayotis, intermittent fasting, so there's so much going on. So yeah, follow along and join in with what you can, and have a great weekend if I don't see you tomorrow. See you next week. Thank you, take care, bye-bye, bye. Thank you.